Hey, Dawn. Hi, friends. All right, what is going on? Let me. Why do I not have a camera? There we go. Hello. And we're frozen, aren't we? We have storms, and so I don't. There we go. Can you hear me, Dawn? If you're still there? If you're out there, hello. So, we are going to be working with the Will Work for Craft Supplies. Hey, Brian, how are you, buddy? Again, but with yet another twist. So, we are coming up on July. Next Tuesday will be July 1st, and we will start our Christmas in July. So I pulled out a few of my favorite, well, I pulled out all of my Christmas stamps. So I've got my Will Work for Craft Supplies. And then I pulled out my lantern, the holiday lantern, which I love. And there are so many add-ons for this to make it different holidays. You can go Halloween, there's more for Christmas. So we are actually going to use the Christmas add-on for it. And so we are like, I don't know what we would call it, our pregame for Christmas in July before we head into it full force. So, but we're going to see, and this will probably maybe be the last time I put a twist on this set, and then we will move to another set. And, oh, well, the big screen, woohoo! So we're going to, probably the last time we're going to see how many ways we can switch this up. But I stamped out already because I wanted to see if it was going to work. But I'm going to do it again, and I will. So this is the one I colored already. And that's not what I want. I did the little Christmas here on the side, and then I kind of colored her kind of more wintry. And we are going to color her and make a card with kind of more of a Christmas theme. And I love how this masked off. And it would be real easy to do the other side. Hey, Cordelia! Welcome, welcome! To do the other side with a poinsettia or something. So we might try that because I could put a little sentiment here. But you know how I always say that I make up a little story. So last time when she was carrying the birthday present, you know, or the beat up cardboard sign. And this one is going to be, you know, like a sign she would put out on her, if she was decorating her front porch and had, you know, her rocking chair and stuff out there. This would be a sign that she would put up out there. And so that's how I envision her. That's her story. Do any of you guys do that too? Do you make up a little story as to what's going on with your characters? So I don't know if it's just my iPad that is not cruising along, but I think we're okay. my iPad keeps stopping, so I don't know if it's the stream or if it's just oh, I bet that's hot. Upstairs always gets hot. So let's get started. I'm sure we'll have you're not that good. It's just looking at, because I don't have a whole lot of the Kat Scrappiness stamps. I have a lot of the dies. And I have a few of the stamp sets. The stamp sets I love are the Quokkas. And I have quite a few of those. And I love this one. And I have definitely gotten my use out of this one. So let's just take a little trip down memory lane for the last couple weeks and look at the ones that we've done. So we did Welcome to the Funny Farm. And she's on a wobbler. And with her, judgy chicken here that's like, who used, Funny Farm, all right. We have this one, which is a happy birthday, and she's holding a present, so it looks like a box. Then we have another birthday. This one, this is my naughty one, and it cracks me up. It's one of the funniest cards I think I've made. And it was the How About a Roll in the Hay, and then his face and the naughty and I know it just cracked me up. So that was probably one of the funniest ones that I did. That's a chicken one. I think we're back to the chickens. Oh, maybe not. This was, this is like, Brian. If Brian was low on craft supplies, so we got our little dude crafter here that was low on his craft supplies. And then I think this was the first one I made live, and with just using the stamp set, and then I embossed this part on her little sign. And then this one has just the paper and the sentiment, and then this is popped up. So I think I have definitely gotten my money's worth out of this set. Hey, Alyssa. This one, though, this one takes the cake. That's the funniest one I think I have ever made. But I love a good pun. I love a funny card. And I love seeing how I can make the same stamp set look totally different. Because these two cards here, let me stay in the picture. These two cards here look very different from, let me find my first one, from this one. So these are this was the very first one I did, and then there's these two. So it's just taking and pulling out some of your other, stamps, some of your other dies, combining sets. And so tonight we are going into Christmas in July. And Kat has there's a lot of Christmas stuff. Some of my other favorites that aren't even, are the dies. And, oh, I'm glad you got it, Alyssa. This one, which is the deer scene, the swirling snow. I use this one a lot, and we may use this one for our background tonight. And then there is just even the, hey Shanna, the birthday sets. You could take the presents and make those into Christmas presents. There's lots of Quokka Christmas stuff. So very easy to take this set, add some add-ons to it that you may already have in your collection, and you have a whole different point of view on your card. But it stretches your cards and your stamp sets. You get a little bit more use out of them. So let me grab my Misty, and I will show y'all how I mask off. I even saved I save these. I use them over and over. Let me grab, that's not my cardstock. A piece of cardstock. And Hey, Miss Ruth. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. All right. So we're going to get her on here. And he would be really funny too with if he had like a little Santa hat. I don't know if I have a Santa hat. I don't have the Quokka. There's a Quokka dress up set that I think has a Santa hat, or even it has an ugly sweater. I know that. But it's so fun. I love being able to switch it all around. We should have, I think we have some viewers hopping on, some crafty friends coming over from Debbie J. She was just finishing up. So welcome new friends. If you wouldn't mind, hit that thumbs up. If you enjoy what you see, hit that subscribe button. There's lots of content that comes out for Kat Scrappiness. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of that. I just re-inked my ink pad. That makes a lot of difference when you got a juicy pad and not a dry one. Yeah, the Quokka hat, is it little? See, I think Kat needs to do a whole add-on set for just this girl. And she needs the girl even without the sign. Like, she could be a baker or a chef. She could be a teacher. She could, I mean, there's so many different little things you could add on to her. Thanks, Brian. Oh, I forgot to send you my links, Brian. They are in the description, though. And I do have my affiliate links up. It is at no cost to you. Helps me out just a little bit. All right, so we've got her. So now we're going to tape off our sign. And I'm just using some mint tape, the blue tape, only because it's wide. It's really wide, and so it covers this up quite a bit. But I've had so much fun switching things around. I know. And I told her I needed a chef baking Quokka set with a little baker Quokka, but she needs like a whole crafty add-on, but not just crafts, you know, just different things. I think that would be fun. All right, let me find. So I did the like swag before. Let's audition our sets here. Ooh, the poinsettia would be pretty. That bow's kind of big. It doesn't quite fit. Little poinsettia. I think I like this big poinsettia this time. It was stuck on my I just washed my mat, so it's like super sticky. About flung the stamp set up in my face. All right, so we are just gonna see. Yeah, we'll do the poinsettia this time. Oh, that's gonna be pretty. Perfect. I might even, I don't know if I'm brave enough. I have, oh, that's fuchsia. Well, that would work too. The dark fuchsia glitter mousse. But I don't know if I'm brave enough yet to do any glitter smushing on there. But there are, make sure you check out, hey Danielle, how are you? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. We are using the Woolwork for Craft Supplies girl with a twist. Hey Debbie, it's a raid. Oh yeah, this is gonna be lovely. I might even be sprayed myself with that too. I know it really did, and it's funny because I always forget, and then I wash it, and I'm like, "Whoo, that's super sticky." Let's see if we can fit a sentiment in here, and it might just be. I could do like joy, joy, joy. That would be kind of pretty. I think we'll do that. Let me take this one off before I lose it. I am glad you are here, Debbie. Thank you very much. Thanks for the raid. Let's see, joy. This is the tiniest little stamp. Now, my hands twitch, and it also sticks to me. So it's usually as soon as I get it, as soon as I get it positioned, it'll stick to my hand, and it goes fling. Hey, Melody, welcome. If you guys are new, if you wouldn't mind, thumbs up, subscribe. There is lots of content on here. Love you too, Debbie. Thank you so much. So this is what I colored earlier with her to be Christmassy. Hey, Anna Marit. And so we're doing her this time with the poinsettia. I gotta pull this back just a second to see. I gotta get a pokey. I need something pokey. The medicine, the nerve pain medicine that they have me on for my back makes my hands twitch. So like even like when I'm playing my game, like my solitaire game on my phone, I'll be playing and all of a sudden my hand will twitch and it makes a mess. There we go. So we just have a little joy. And we'll stamp that. It might not be completely square, but that's all right. Am I froze, Anne? Anna Marit. That's like Jana Marie. Anna Marit. Can I fit one more on there then? I think we'll put one down here. Those little... It's bad. My hands... And I know that it's my medicine, but it's really bad. And I'll just get it positioned, you know, right where I want it, and then bloop, my hand twitches, or it sticks to me. And because it's so, my hands are usually so warm that, like, I'll get it here, and then I'll go to do something, and it'll be stuck to my hand. There we go. Thanks, Brian. So, are any of you up in the Northeast that's getting the heat? I mean, we're hot down here, but I'm in Alabama, so it's to be expected. But I know that some of my crafty friends are Midwest, Northeast, where that big kind of heat, I forget what they call it, the heat dome went by, and so they've got some real heat. I know Dawn was pretty warm. All right, let's peel and reveal. So that little sign, I love it. It's so multifunctional. Alyssa Marie. See, I'm Jana Marie. All right, there's my paper. And I save these. I just use them over and over and over till they don't stick anymore. That's right. Brian, I always forget that you are basically right next door. For some reason, I always think that you are up, like, Northeast area, but you're Mississippi. You're a Southern boy. All right. Look at her. Look at that. Totally changes from... Let me find her. From this. Sorry. I guess it helps if I hold it in screen. 100 degrees. Oh, yeah. And Alyssa is in Alabama. She's northern Alabama, though. We were hot. We were humid. And then we just had thunder roll through because the dogs were freaking out. All right, let's get her colored. And I have all of my colors already. Let me grab my spinny. And I'm going to put a little piece of tape underneath her. It's just a piece of acetate, Ruth. And then I can save it. Especially those big long pieces. But it's not even a full piece of acetate. It's missing its corner here. But I just save them because you can use them over and over and over. Alyssa, I think you really will. Especially if you look at it with your other sets that you have also, kind of like we've been doing. I've kind of done a whole series on getting the most out of your, stamps, dies, and stencils. But with this stamp set especially, we have really kind of given it a lot of big twists. All right, I am going to see if this works here. So you guys can see. And this is a turntable I got on Amazon. And it just helps me because I flip when I color. I turn and turn and turn and turn. So we're just going to use this. Let me get a drink real quick. Iced coffee. Might be a mistake at 6 o'clock at night, but we'll be good. All right. She got a little smear here on her nose, but it'll work. I do too, Dawn, especially since I am on a budget. And for anybody that's on a budget, it's really nice to be able to take your supplies, your, stamp sets or whatever, and get some, good use out of them, being able to, use them in different ways. Those Alton Brown would say that it's a multitasker. They can be used in all different ways. So I'm starting with E11, and I'm just going to go right around, just around her face, and then under her neck. Hey, Terry Cooper. Oh my goodness, that's warm. Central North Carolina. Heat index. Yeah, that humidity gets you. On a Marit, that would be wonderful. 54 would be great. 65 is kind of like the perfect temperature. We won't see that for quite a while now here. We don't even get that at night. We're still in the high 70s at night. All right, so we're just going to do some little outlining. I love to color. Oops, I went out of the line. So if you don't like to color, if you're watching this on replay, you can fast forward a little bit. But I'm just going over what kind of my colors are for skin tones. I did do her in a dark skin tone. At the moment, I'm not exactly sure where she went. Let me see if she's in this little box. I moved stuff around. That's usually what happens. You move stuff around. There she is. All right. So I even did her in a dark skin tone too. So that, again, really changes the look of your stamp set. The turntable is on, see, and I don't have, it's on my links on my channel, but since I'm not on my channel, but I will put it in the description when I get done. I will add it in there. Let me just grab my my eraser, my colorless blender, and push this color back in. There we go. All right, now we're gonna go to, oops, I forgot to. Let me just do her like little highlight on her nose. So that has some dimension, and then right under her eyes, like where her little, you know, cheeks would be. And then I'm going to come in, and this is going to look really bright, but I'm going to use R22 for her cheeks. And it's just a little bit, and it looks bright. She looks like a clown, but don't worry. It's going to blend out. There we go. So E53. And this would be really pretty, especially the Christmas one. Watercolored or done, you know, like ink watercolors. I might have to do one, or pencils, but I think it would be really pretty that way too. All right, 51, just still kind of blending. Stuff out. And then 50. So we're just gonna blend. I do have a little smear. I must have had a string on my ink pad that came across her nose a little bit, but that's all right. Oh, I forgot her fingers. So Brian goes live on Wednesdays at noon Central. He's on here live as well. And then there's lots of other content that's uploaded during the week by the other video team members. This side, she looks a little too much rouge on her cheeks there. All right. Now let's do our poinsettia. So I pulled out just a bunch of my reds from really, really dark to really light. And we are gonna start with our dark, and I'm gonna go kind of like where they are tucked inside here. And just kind of wherever. It's hard to tell on this stamp set exactly where, so just, you know, put it wherever. I'm going to leave those ones and do them green. So just kind of along, oh, I didn't do those green. We're going to do those red. I forgot what I was doing. All right, now we'll go back to my lightest, R29. But there's a few more sets that I would love to add to my collection that I think would really enhance my little crafty girl here that I have fallen in love with, as far as seeing what I could do different with her. Joy, you're going to make me be singing, Dawn, and I cannot sing. True story. My mom, when I was little, I loved to sing. Loved to sing at the top of my lungs. Always have. Even when I was little, I was always singing. My mama used to make me hum in church because I can't sing. So she would just be like, shh, 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 just hum. So I would be humming in church because I can't sing. Mama wouldn't let me sing. And we're going to go to R14 because my R24 is dried out. Oh, no live tomorrow? Okay, next week. Awesome. All right, let's get these blended in. I know they look really funny at the moment, but poinsettias kind of look funny anyway. Their leaves You know, the leaves, petals, always are all different colors. They're in different stages, I guess, of getting their color, but they're always different. I love how this is coming together. This one, though, I love her, but I love this one too. Dawn, I sing all the time. Especially like in the car when I would road trip to Illinois, especially by myself. It was a full-on concert. Volume up, you know, and I would just be singing my lungs out. I love it. Love to sing. This one, I think I'm gonna put. I'll have to see if I have the yellow shaker dots or the gold shaker dots, and put those in the middle as my little poinsettia centers. I love her. Oh my gosh. I love it. All right, let's do her box. Her sign. And I'm going to start with E41. And I usually do it like, you know, it's a piece of cardboard. But this time it's going to be wood, like a wooden sign, because she's hanging it up outside on her porch with her rocking chairs that she bought at Cracker Barrel, and the matching little Christmas throw pillows, indoor-outdoor throw pillows that she made from, let's see, she made them from some Dollar Tree placemats. She's really crafty because she is the crafty girl. So that's her story, is that this is her Christmas sign that's gonna go on her porch with the rest of her Christmas display. And I mean, it's like every porch down here looks that way. Mine doesn't. I don't decorate my porch. But that is going to be, that's her story, is that this is her sign that she made, and she's going to put it outside on her front porch with all of her other Christmas decorations. So she's going to have green eyes tonight. So we're just coloring. There's artist drawn lines here for where her eyeballs are, or her little colored part of her eyes. And I'm going to make her little pencil green. She is a DIY girl. See, that's how I keep myself entertained as I'm coloring, is that in my head, they have all these stories. So I think, let's see. I think she's going to have a green shirt, and then we'll do some black, gray pants. But that's her story, that she, frequents Hobby Lobby, and for her crafty supplies. But she's a Dollar Tree DIY. You know, she is, I think I did that backwards. She likes to see what she can get from the 5-quarter store and turn it into some home decor. All right, and then she's going to have a green headband too. Well, maybe this is her friend. Maybe they craft together. So they've been at a little like paint and sip party, and these are the signs that they made, their party. So everybody's got a story. It just makes it fun. All right, I need to find a lighter green. What's this one? G7. This chart is my lifesaver. What one did I use? G07. We're gonna go way down. But I need to, yeah, she would be super cute with a Santa hat. Or, you know, those funny hats with the elf ears on the sides would be cute too. All right, let's do her pants. And we're going to use pretty much all of the ends. Hey, Shanna. I already said hi to you, but I know you're busy, busy, busy. She's fun. So her and her bestie, her crafty bestie, went to a paint and sit party, and these are the signs that they made with their Dollar Tree supplies. And then just like I did with the blue jeans, I'm going to come in right here a little bit where kind of her pants, your pants, you know, where her pants would crease. And I pretty much do her pants the same every time I color them. And then here we go. And then we're just going to keep kind of stepping down. So this is N7. And then I'll go to N5. And we're just going to keep kind of blending it out as we come around. And, you know, on your stamps, go ahead and add in some dimensions, some texture. You know, it may not be part of the artist drawn lines, but take some creative license and add in, you know, some wrinkles in the pants or some print on the shirt. All right, then we're going to go down to N1. And this one I'm really going to blend out. And since it's a lower number, you know, the 1, it's really going to kind of push some of that color. And then we're going to fill her little cuff there. She's coming together quite nicely. There we go. And I think she is going to have some ruby red slippers, though. Some red shoes. All right. So her pants, I'm pretty pleased with that. Might need to go in with the N3 just a little bit. There we go. But it kind of looks like, you know, where her pants, where the light's hitting her pants. All right, let's give her some red shoes, but she needs a good red. 37. She may be crafty, but I don't know if she has any fashion sense, though. I mean, this is kind of how I would dress. It may not match. You know, she definitely needs one of those hats, you know, or some Jingle Bell earrings. See, I could write a whole book just on her story. All right, let's give her some red lipstick, though. Hand twitched. We got a little on her teeth, but that's all right. See the lipstick? That just makes it. And then I'm gonna do her little highlights in her eyes. And that brings her to life. Now we got to figure out what color hair. And I've done gray hair. I've done black hair. She's had... Has she had blonde hair? She's had blonde hair. I did brown here. I think we'll do a darker brown. She is wearing her Christmas. See, she needs jingle bells or something on her. And you know what's funny is I crack myself up when I color by myself as well. It's not just with you guys. Oh, it makes me laugh. Maybe we'll do... I think we'll do a brown, but we're going to go darker. What was I using? 37. Just trying to find my next darker color. Maybe not. Maybe we won't. Oh, we'll do this one because it's kind of a reddish. It's walnut, but it'll work. So I'm going to start with my dark color. And then we're going to go with our 30s. 35, 37, 35, 31. And I'll bring in 33 if I need that, but I might go with a yellow-ish to give her some highlights so her hair doesn't look really flat. So I'm going to take my dark and we're just going to start kind of where I envision these curls are. And it's not, with this dark color, it's just kind of given, you know, where shadows would be, and strands of hair. This turntable has made, gosh, such a difference. Being able to just twist it around instead of having to pick up my image the whole time. There we go. So there's our like darkest color. Then I'm gonna go in with my 35 and just kind of fill in between. Still leaving some white spaces. We're not gonna fill those in yet. I love crafting for Christmas in July. Christmas is one of my favorite times to craft. When I made wreaths and stuff, that was my favorite, was Christmas wreaths and things. All right, so now this is 31, and this is almost my lightest. I think I'm going to come in with kind of a goldish yellow to give her, you know, she's got some fresh highlights in her hair. Get the pencil. Oh, got to get her eyebrows. I always forget her eyebrows. All right, now let me... No, I think I want a yellower one. I think 14. Let's see how that looks. There we go. So we're just gonna fill in kind of where some of that white space is. crayon there. And the way that we masked this off, it'll still fit within the die for her. So we'll get her cut out and we'll make a fun little card. There we go. That's some nice blonde. And then though, she's, you know, she needs to have, she might have that little white, you know, every few, what, words are hard. Little, you know, gray here and there, but this also just gives that illusion of strands of hair, more so than the markers. And you could go in with black as well if you were doing a dark hair. And this is just a pastel chalk pencil. But it just kind of, and then, you know, we'll even go in with the black. And the black is a sketch and wash. So if we come in with the black, maybe some darker down here where it's behind her head. Or, yeah, behind, like by her shoulders. But it's just the illusion of, I'll hold it up here, of strands of hair. So I think she is done. Let me put my spinny away. Let's get, oh, okay, let me make some room here. And I have all my markers, so I will add all my colors into the description box below when I'm all done. All right, let me find her dies. The one thing I love about the Kat Scrappiness dies is that they fit, let me get it kind of positioned. They fit nice and tight. So there's not a whole lot of white space around them. And this I definitely have to tape down. But just enough that you can see where you're going. I don't always get it perfect, but they are nice and tight to the image. All right, let's run her through. We'll see how close I got to getting her on there, right? Not too bad. Not too bad, not too bad. All right. And let's see, how are we going to, I think, let me just make some room here while I think about how I'm going to do. I pulled out this one. I think I'm going to do this one right now. The Swirling Snow background die. It's really pretty. It's stitched. So let's do that. This is a fun die. Kat has a lot of really fun background dies too. Got to get it lined up. This has already had my card panel cut. I just fit it kind of inside the dies. All right, who else saves all their little tape strips for their die cutter on the edges? I usually have them running up and down the sides. Thanks, Alyssa. I hope you get some inspiration on how to, you know, use your set when you get it. I can't wait to see what you do. I gotta poke it out. There we go. So here's what, it's so pretty. And it's just kind of, I want to say it's like a quiet background. But it packs a little punch, but not too much to take away from everything else. See, now she would be fun with the kissing booth that I used on the Funny Farm card. But if it was, instead of a you know, instead of a chicken, if it was, you know, a Christmas tree farm, or, you know, like maybe that's where she bought her sign. That's where she went to the barn for her sip and paint party. But this one I love. It's so pretty. And then let's see. All right, I'm going to go back out a little bit because I keep scooching too far, and I'm not coloring anymore right now anyway. So, all right, so there is our background. We might have to put some other layers, donkey layers, on there, or let's see if this frame, oops, too many magnets stuck together. Thinking. Let's see if I have a green. I like the lighter green if we go with a green, or a red. What do you guys think? Green or red? I think I'm going to go with green. Just because there's not much other green, and it might pull out those. Oh, you think red, Dawn? I'm going to cut them both, and then we could audition them better. Lala always makes fun of me because I always say I've got to audition my papers. And I do. I have to audition, you know, my ephemera, my embellishments, everything gets auditioned before it gets glued down. I hate that last pop. I love this die set. So this actually makes a frame, but I also save the inside, and that's, I've done that before, is that I've switched them around and put, like I'd cut another, I'll show you. Let me just show you instead of trying to explain. It's one of those nights already. Maybe I need more coffee. All right. So there's the red. So what I've done on other ones, if I didn't have the white already done, let me get this behemoth out of the way. Yeah, is I take and I switch them. I flip-flop them. And so I would put this one here and this one here. Oh, cut the white to inlay. That would be a good idea. Let's try that one. Let's do that. And then we can put that in the middle. It's just paper, right? But I am going to have to tape this down better so that it doesn't wiggle wiggle. I was laughing, Dawn, and I don't remember who. Oh, it was, I think it was Francie and, or not Francie, Andrea and Christy. But we were talking about like old commercials, and there was the old McDonald's commercial with the little girls that are dressed up in their raincoats, and they sing the, you know, we are nippers something. I forget how it goes. And we're in luck when it rains all day. Just quack like a duck. Quack, quack, waddle, waddle, quack, quack, waddle, waddle. All right, here we go. That always sounds so bad. Ooh, this might be fantastic. All right, so we don't need that one. Got my die, save my tape. So now I have, we're going to save this one because I will use that. So where's my girl? We've got green frame with the white. And I'm going to put her up on foam. And I may actually go in and color this swag or this bow, and they have die cuts too, and cut them out. Let's just look. So if she is here and I die cut that swag out, oh, that would be pretty. What do you think? If this is colored in and then on the sides, but if I do that, then I'm going to go with the red because that has the green in the branches. So let's do another fitting here. And I save these because they're fun. I save everything. And that's why I end up on shows with Lynn like Scrap Bustin'. All right, so there's her that way. And then if I do the swag with the green pine boughs, yes. Oh, that'll look fantastic. All right, let's stamp some pine boughs and get them colored in. I'm grabbing some paper. Grab our Misty. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. I hope you've enjoyed. I love this set, and I think I have done now an entire month of different ways to use her. Well, both of them, really. All right. Get that laid down. Scraps. Dawn, you know anything about that? I need to employ the Bitty Penny masterboard technique and do that with a bunch of the ones that I have. Oh, isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. Now, because I'm using my Misty, I'm just gonna flip it around. Flipper, flipper. Yeah, the branches will put some more green in the card. You're right, Alyssa. And I think I'm gonna do them in kind of a brighter green and not, you know, a real dark green. So I still kind of stay with those same, oh, that's so pretty. And if the lantern, this one is really large, like it's half the size or 3/4 the size of her. So it would look kind of funny because the proportion would be way off. But a lantern would be really pretty too. I'm excited about this. I don't even know what I'm doing. All right, and look, I didn't even lose my acetate. So here's the lantern that this actually goes with, but it's humongous. So it would be, you know, like a huge, but a smaller lantern hanging, you know, from here would be really pretty. All right, let's color this up really quick. Our pine cones. I'm gonna go 31 to start. I love being able to do this. I love being able to take, especially this set. I've gotten so many out of them, and do different things. I love my quokkas, but I also love using the dies differently or using the stencils different. And then I'm just going to come in with some really dark and hit the tips of the pine cones and just kind of give it the illusion of some dimension, because I'm going to go back over it again with my 31. There we go. Oh, forgot this side. Forgot I was doing 2 of them. And I mean, basically, it's just putting in dots. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason, really. I mean, you could really follow the lines and get, but they're so tiny. And it's a pine cone. All right, then let's do... Or stick with this one. So this is our darker green, and we're just going to kind of come down the centers and then where they might be hiding. You know, pine boughs have all different colors, so we'll just kind of give it, kind of like doing hair. We'll hit a few. We got our berries back there to do. Oh, this is gonna look so good. I'm excited. Do you ever, I mean, I love it when you have like a picture in your head of how things are gonna turn out, and when they come close, that's always exciting. So I just kind of filled that in. We're going to go with our YG13, which is a really light, kind of brighter green. And just fill it in. And then once we get these die cut, the card is almost done. I won't keep you hostage any longer. There we go. That was kind of fun that Debbie's crew popped over. Debbie was cracking up at the stamp set. All right, we're gonna do, let's see. Got the berries here. All right, let's get these. You know what? I'm gonna cut because it's killing my shoulder to lift Big Betty, Black Betty, bam, a lamb, up onto the desk. Sorry, I didn't mean to sing. I lost my. There it is. On Blueberry Hill. All right. Hey, Vanessa. Welcome. All right, let's see. Hopefully I don't get my head. Usually I stick the top of my head in the... Yeah, it's all right. It's going to be off the... Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we are doing a mashup of stamp sets from Kat Scrappiness. This is the Will Work for Craft Supplies. And then the Christmas Lantern add-on. So all the poinsettia and this swag that I just colored and cut out is from the Lantern add-on. Let's, there we go. I love my little scout. All right, there we go. Save our tape. That'll go in there. She goes back on the table. And she's pink. All right, let me put the die piece away so I don't lose it. And this set has all of these sentiments. All these sentiments, like I said, would help with. And then it has all of the, like the bubble dies to cut the sentiments out. So no fussy cutting sentiments, which I love. I love that. I'm not a fan of fussy cutting. All right, let me grab, I think we're gonna pull in some black. But let me cut it down. I might have one. Not that one. I was cutting a bunch down earlier. There we go. This one. All right, so we're gonna go, we've got all our pieces here with our red frame. So let's audition our pieces. Our swirling snow, the white. And I mean, it'll stick down better when it's glued. Our girl, which I think I'm gonna pop her up on some foam. Then we have our pine swags. Oh, yes. I love it. Love it, love it. And I'm okay that this kind of hangs off a little bit. And she will be up on foam. A little foam. Or I might put those up there and then snip off what's... Let me rotate them a little bit more. There we go. Yes! Foam! I know. Foam is life. She is very proud of her front porch sign. See? She just needs her Cracker Barrel rocking chair. We have to sit in those every time. All right. I got my parchment paper. I got my smusher. I got my glue. Let's assemble. There we go. I was worried that my glue was not going to come out. It's been a little temperamental lately. I think it's getting empty. I need to order some more. I have to see if Kat has the big refill on the site. Hey, there's Debbie. Comes right in at Foam is Life. All right, let's get this laid down. Here's where my hands twitch. And again, the little, see, I could even go down to, like, if I had 1/8 and 1/16 on the ruler, I would be happy. All right, so I gotta make sure which way this goes, because the little Humpty Doos on the side here fit in a certain way. Oh, Debbie, I ordered lights from Pear Blossom Press. I got the one light, and they were out of the foam, but I have lots of foam tape. And then I ordered the stamp set and the tea ruler. All right, so we're gonna put this up here, and I'm okay that it hangs over. That's all right. That's all right. It's okay. All right, then we'll put this one down here. Loving it. And then I really do use foam. I used craft foam because it's cheaper than foam adhesive for me at the moment. So I'm just gonna cut some chunks. That would be so fun, Debbie. All right, then we got some little strips for her legs. Still too long. And I save all these little bits, but it's easier for me to buy a big old pack of craft foam and cut it down. There we go. She looks like a robot. Might need to trim this one down a little bit more. All right, let's get this all glued together. And this is a 3mm foam, so it gives it pretty good dimension. It's not gonna be real flat. She's gonna be up there in the air. All right, there we go. I think I need to stab. All right. Some glue. We just had thunderstorm roll through. You wouldn't know it now, but it was just a bit ago. Rumbling. Night, Debbie. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for the raid. All right, so here she is. All popped up. I love it. And then I think we'll need some sparkles. Some sort of sparkles. Something flashy. All right, here she goes. I love her. All right, let's grab a card base. And then we'll add some sequins or something. So you can kind of see the background there is the swirling snow. So it's just stitched, so it doesn't really distract from everything else that's going on. Oh, thanks, Vanessa. I love to color. I'll show you the other ones that I've colored. So this one is done. I love her. Then we had the Funny Farm. This one here. And this is all using the same stamp. This is Dark Skinned Girl. She looks like my oldest daughter. We have the Gray Haired Lady. We got some chickens. She's blonde here, headed to a birthday party. So same stamp set, different look. This was the first one I did. And then here is her husband, boyfriend, son, whatever, given the look. And then this is the funniest card I think I've ever made. And again, it's just using different stamps that I have. And yeah, so it says, how about a roll in the hay? And Naughty and I Know It, which is actually from the Quokka Fork and Farm set. And this is from a Christmas Sentiments. So I have definitely gotten my use out of this set, and I will continue to use it. I love, you know, she's got her little Christmas sign, and I'm gonna add some bling, and I'll put the picture up for Kat to share. And let's see, those are strawberries, but I like the red and green sequin, the red and stuff. I will do that later because I've got sticky all over my hands and it'll just be a mess. So there we are. There is our Christmas set using the lantern add-on and our will work for craft supplies. So thank you so much for those of you that stuck around. This one went a little longer than I usually go, but I was having a blast and I love telling her story. And, you know, because now when you look at it, you know, like Dawn said, oh, you know, that's her crafty sign that's going to go on her porch by her Cracker Barrel rocking chairs with her throw pillows. So there we go. I will add some sparkle and whatever. Have a fabulous night. Be safe. I will be back next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central with Christmas in July. I wonder what I'm going to do. No, really, I wonder what I'm going to do. But remember, always be kinder than you need to be because you never know what someone is going through. So just be a decent human being. Be nice. All right. Much love. Thanks all for hanging out. If you haven't given a thumbs up or subscribed, yeah, Dawn, you caught me off guard with that one. Her throw pillars on her chairs. All right, I'm getting a little punchy now. Much love, y'all. Have a fabulous night. I will see you next Tuesday. Same cat channel. All right. Much love, y'all.